And we're back. We have two things we need to talk about today. We need to talk about clearing, and the other is expanding. But they're going to be two separate videos, but both are equally important. But clearing must come before expanding. Now, clearing and expanding, those might be new to you. If they don't sound familiar, if they don't make any sense, that's okay. It's because it's a Kinéism, meaning it's words that I use in my self sync system. They're actual words like clearing, expanding, those are actual words, but they mean something different when it comes to self sync. I don't make the words up, but what I do make up is the specific way in which we do these things. I'll explain. I'll also tell you what you need to clear so you can expand. All of that's going to happen in this video. You know how we were talking about in the clarity video, we said you repeat the same habits and patterns over and over and over again. And I said that that's because you're programmed, and you're programmed by those voices outside of you, your parents, your teachers, those neighborhood kids that teased you, the messages you heard on TV, and society overall. You turned those outside voices and messages into your inner voice. And somehow you started telling yourself it was you, but it's not. But that's the program that's running. So, in order to undo the program, you need to clear it. That's where the clearing comes in. And in order to create a new program, because we're all programmed, it's just how are you programmed? In order to create a new program, you must expand into a new version of yourself, like who you really are, who you came here to be. I can show you how to do it if we work together. Now, if we get to work together, I'll show you exactly how to do it. And it's actually not that hard because I really do all the work. You just got to sit there. But even if we don't get to work together, I'll share a lot of it here in this video and in the rest of these videos because those voices, they have to go. We've got to get those voices out your head. And we need to turn you back into who you really are, into yourself, because you don't know yourself. Yes, you're a barber. Yeah, I get that. Sometimes your mom, sometimes your dad, sometimes your brother, sister, sometimes your community leader, sometimes you're whatever, janitor, right? You sweep up the floor sometimes. So, well, yeah, but who are you really? Like, not the titles. You've got to know who you are. And speaking of who you are, you probably need to know who I am. I am Kiné Corder, the leading national certified counselor specializing in financial hypnotherapy for stress. And I am building the world's largest global barber network offering mental health and money systems. And I do that through these free videos that I put here on YouTube, but also I run a professional journal for barbers, and it's called the Prosperous Barber Journal. It's also free. And in that Prosperous Barber Journal, that's where you'll find the mental health and the money systems. Now, if you decide to upgrade, you'll also get clear business systems. You'll also get access to an affiliate program where you can offer my mental health program to your clients and get paid for it, commission, doing what you already do. Don't you already refer people to things you like? Do you get paid for it when you tell people about that great restaurant or that movie? No, probably not. This time you will. So you get access to that. You get access to a barber community, and you get to ask me questions. So you can apply what I'm showing you here on YouTube and in the Prosperous Barber Journal to your specific situation. Now, here's the other thing. In that barber network, are also all of these videos. Now, I've told you before, watch all the videos where you see my hair like this. My clothes might change. They haven't so far, but they might change. This setting might change, but just look for my hair. But if you don't want to do all of that, then upgrade to the Prosperous Barber Network and you'll get all 16 of the videos in one place. You can refer back to them as many times as you like, play them over and over again, whatever, however, they're yours. Today's topic, clearing. And here's what we're going to specifically talk about when it comes to clearing, because we're not doing a clearing session here, because that's actually hypnotherapy. You know how I say I am the leading financial hypnotherapist? Yeah, I'm actually a hypnotherapist. I am actually going to go into your subconscious brain and I'm going to pull out all those old things that no longer serve you, throw them away. You can actually start imagining this right now, and I'm kind of hypnotizing you as I speak. You can pull out all those things that no longer serve you, whether they're in your head, your heart, your gut. Let's get them out. We throw them away in whatever receptacle you like, and then we go on to expanding you. Ooh, expanding you. Yeah, not externally, unless you want more muscle, you know. So I'm trying to work on more muscle too. I haven't really been working out as much as I used to. So if you would have saw me in my day, I mean, I'm still having my days actually, but the days. Anyway, I digress. What are we talking about? The clearing. This is what we're going to talk about. I'm going to show you what needs to clear. What do you need to clear? Kind of already mentioned it, but we'll go deeper. I will tell you why you need to clear those things. Mhm. What you're already doing and why that's not working. You think you're clearing it, but you keep going back and doing the same thing. Are you? Is that true? I know. I know. I know. So, what would you like to do? What would you like to do? That's something we're going to talk about because that goes into the expand. And that's kind of in your vision if you remember that session. The other thing, the last thing we'll talk about is what happens when you clear. Maybe I'll share some stories with you, some examples. So that's what we'll talk about today. And then we'll go on to expanding. And then that'll be like this what do you call it? Like section. I guess this is like a section. So this is a lot of the foundation, the mental health, the beginning, mm, yeah, I don't know what to call it. It's the je ne sais. It's just certain something. So I don't know. You'll see. Let's keep going. So I'm just really comfortable right now. I'm gonna have some tea. I got some tea here. I want you to think about those programs, those voices. What are they saying? Those voices. No, you can't do that. No, nobody will pay for that. No, you can't leave this shop. You've been here for this many years. No, you can't open a second shop. Like, how would you do that? It took you this long to get the first shop. It's no reason to do all that. Why are you trying to do all that? You might as well just stay in this city, though. Why would you move to another city? You might as well just stay in this country. Why would you move to another country? Don't nobody. Do you know it's not safe there? It's not safe there. All of it. You telling yourself this because they told you you can't do it, and even if you do it, it's still gonna be somebody doing it better than you. It's a lot of other people doing that. Any of these sound familiar? Unfortunately, they do, right? So those are the kinds of things you need to clear. The three ways of change. There is change slow or learn slow, right? Time and repetition, like how you learned your ABCs. A, B, C, D, E. You just repeated it over and over and over. ABC. Eventually you got it. Mommy, I know my ABCs, right? Then two, it learns fast. Your brain can learn fast, change fast. And that's kind of like, okay, on the bad side, it's like an event, like maybe you ate something, you got food poisoning, and then you never wanted to eat that thing again. That was a quick change. You don't know why. You ate it 1,000 times, but after that food poisoning, you're like, forget it, I will never eat that again. That's a very example of the brain learning fast. Or more a sweet version is like when you if you're married or if you're wherever dating somebody and then they became your girlfriend or boyfriend. And in that moment, you just start calling them your boyfriend or girlfriend. Just like that. It just changed. And then if you married them, you start calling them your husband or wife. Just like that. It just changed. Even in between, you called them your fiance. You see? So just that life changed, an event can change your brain. Sometimes those events are positive, sometimes those events are negative. You don't want to wait for the negative one because sometimes that's what's happening. If you have been getting these messages, you've been seeing my face in your videos, and you haven't been taking action, okay, you can ignore it if you want to, but universe tends to get loud. It throws you a pebble, then it throws you a rock, then it throws you a brick, then it throws you a boulder. I mean, then a whole wall just comes down on you. You don't want that. So if you've been seeing that it's time for a change your program, change your behavior, let's go. This is why you need to clear. What is it that you want? We talked about retirement being the big picture, and I haven't talked about it in a while, but I want to keep reminding you. Retirement is the big picture. What does retirement look like? You might be retiring in the US. How much money do you need? Hundreds of thousands of dollars. The US is getting expensive. If you are retiring in Africa, let's say, Thailand, Hawaii. Well, Hawaii is still the US and it is really expensive there. Um, why is nothing coming to my brain? And I've lived in 7, 8, maybe even 10 different countries. Italy. Okay, let's go there. France. I'm in France right now. Why did that even come to my head? I don't know. I need a stimulant. No, it's not coffee. It's adaptogens. Talk to you about that later. Mm. So where will you retire? Start thinking about things like that. Like, what does it look like? What does it feel like? What is your life like? I bet you're not repeating the same things, expecting a different result. No, you're wise. You're like a guru. So when you think about what you need to clear, I already told you those old voices that aren't yours, those old habits, programs, those things that you've been hearing and telling yourself and believing, you need to create a new belief. And so, in order to create the new belief, that's the expanding part, you first got to get rid of the old belief and some of those things I just named. And why you need to do that is because you will not go to the new habit while the old habit still exists. You will not go to the new habit while the old habit still exists. Okay? So that's why it's getting in the way. It's getting in the way, and you got to get rid of it. So, what are you doing right now to get these things out of the way? You're not drinking tea, Mm-mm. But you're doing a lot of external things. Doing a lot of smoking, a lot of drinking, a lot. Maybe you're even doing good stuff like exercising. I say good, I change that, take that away because I don't believe in good or bad. It's just, does it serve you or does it not serve you? You might be doing things that serve you, like exercise, physical activity, but you might only be doing that, right? You're only working on the external. So you got the muscles going. What's happening internally? It's been internally. Are you even doing any cardio? I'm talking about your lungs, your heart, your stomach, your digestive system. What's up with your digestive system? Mm, this book right here, we might need to talk about it. What's up with your digestive system? Yeah. This is why. This is what you've been doing. You've been focusing on outside things. You've been working out. You've been smoking. You've been drinking. But your digestive system is still shot. That means that there's something in your brain. Your brain speaks to you by pain. Your brain speaks to you through pain. It's sending you pain through your digestive system. It's sending you pain through that back. Your back hurting? It's not just because you stand up all day. It's steeper than that. Steeper. So these are the things that old programs, but the old pain, the old mental and emotional pain is coming out in your body. The old mental and emotional pain is coming out in your body. And that's what we need to clear. And we need to clear it fast, good and fast. Get it out of there once and for all. This is part of the hypnotherapy. You're doing all that external stuff. Hypnotherapy is internal, subconscious. Underneath your conscious brain is a version of you that has been hurt. And underneath that version is a healthy, healed version that is so kind and generous, that knows its desires, what you want, what you need, know how to ask for it, know how to receive. It's right there. But you have to know what it looks like, right? That goes back to your vision. And what would it look like for us to work together? For us to do that vision session together. Now, you can do that on your own. You probably have by now. You may have answered the clarity questions on your own, and maybe you didn't go forward and book a session with me, but you could do that. And even if you didn't book a session with me, you could get an asynchronistic session, meaning if you're part of the Prosperous Barber Network, you can put a question in there. Usually I answer it with a video or audio. And that's what I do for you when you're part of the network, when you're closer. Right now, I'm in your world. You attracted me somehow into your world. And so far, if you started from the beginning and you're this far through, you're like 5 or something videos in, then you must be continuing to bring me into your world. So then I'm inviting you into my world. Just come on over. And maybe you are already. Maybe you subscribe to the Prosperous Barber Journal. I'm so glad you're here. And if you haven't already, go ahead. And if you're a part of the Prosperous Barber Network, that little tiny click upgrade that you need to make, if you're a part of the Prosperous Barber Network, then here we go. We are on our way. Drop me a question. Sure, you could drop your question here. I'll try to answer it in text. But if you drop your question in the Prosperous Barber Network, you'll get a lot more for your answer, because I'll be able to ask you more questions to really get down deep into how to apply this to your specific situation. Because what happens when you clear? You know, that digestive thing that I was talking about earlier, that clears up. Personally, my own self, I've done self sync on myself. Yeah, that's how this began. Yes, I have a master's degree in clinical mental health counseling, but I took what I've learned, I took what I went through experience, and I put it into, I've been studying this since I was 15 years old, and I put all of it into a system called self sync. The self sync system is 30 years, really more than 30 years. I just didn't want to age myself. 30 years or more of research, case studies. In 2010, my body was breaking down. So I had to take everything I learned and forgot back, because I learned this when I was younger and then I forgot it. So I had to take everything I learned and apply it to my life. And then over the last 15 years, let's say, I've been teaching others to do it. Now, my favorite population to work with is young men, 14 to 21 years old. That's my favorite population, and I have a lot of success stories there. Um, Reason why I don't work with that population, especially the 14-year-olds, because a lot of times they have parents, and the parents get in the way, and they kind of want to control the healing process, and I'm not about that life. I created self sync. I've created the self sync system, and I know how to heal. That is what I do. That is my gift. I heal. Now, I also do some teaching. That's not my gift. My gift is a healer. My teaching is secondary. I teach others. I teach barbers, but I also teach you how to heal yourself. No, you cannot heal yourself all by yourself. You're going to need some guidance, some help. And in the beginning, you'll need like recovery. Recovery. You won't be able to do it on your own. You'll need some recovery. Recovery happens with a practitioner. And I could be that practitioner. And then we take that recovery. Then you know how you go like to rehab and you want to um keep what you have and like elevate yourself, get stronger. If you break your arm, you wear a cast, and then you wear the sling, and then you got to like work out to make the arm stronger. Right. That's the same thing we would do mentally and emotionally. So we do that. And then we get to you to a point where you can maintain it yourself. So there is some recovery, there is some management. That's like a combination of you and I. And then there's maintenance, and that's you on your own, where you're synced with yourself and you know how to stay on the path. Maybe you need me here or there, but not really. You got this. I might remind you, hey, there's a path. You got off, get back on. Then you just get back on, just like that. You can do it. So that's really it. And I know that these videos have been helpful. I know that. And if you don't know that yet, just watch a few more. And I guarantee you, if you didn't get it here in the clearing, oh, you're going to get it in expanding. But then after that, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the money systems. So we've talked some of the mental health systems and really um, getting you to think differently mentally and emotionally. Next, we're going to talk about the money systems right after expand. And I think you'll really enjoy that. It's going to give you some insight into money in a different way than you probably used to thinking about it. And you can start to have these conversations with your clients because if you haven't already raised your prices or gotten yourself to that right price that's right for you, where you can live a comfortable life today and save for your future, then we've got to talk about how you're going to do that. Some of that is going to be in raising your prices, but some of that is going to be creating other income streams, like being part of the Prosperous Barber Network, so you have the affiliate program available to you. And when you have the affiliate program available to you, you just make money doing what you're already doing. And who's going to get mad when they get a check for $200-300 because they've referred their clients to this mental health tool that they didn't have to create, just referred somebody to it. Every month you refer your clients to it, 5, 10, 20 clients sign up, you get paid. Yeah. So that is one option, but then I could also show you how to create your own. Maybe there's something that you could coach people at. Maybe you do like working with young men as well. Maybe you could teach dating skills. Maybe you're good at that. I don't know. We'll find out when we meet together in our clarity session. In that clarity session, we'll get down deep into what are your gifts. So that's what I do. I use my gifts to help you find your gifts. And then once we know what that is, then we turn that into an income stream. And if you don't know how to do it yourself, I can show you how to make YouTube videos, show you how to have a program like the one I have, show you how to, it's a lot of things I can show you. But let's stop. What do you want? That's a question you have to ask yourself. Let's go on to the expanding video. Remember, subscribe to this YouTube channel, subscribe to the Prosperous Journal, and the next step would be to get in the network. And then we can take this even further. But for now, even if you don't get in the network or work with me one-on-one, watch the next video. Now, YouTube is going to suggest another video to you. It might be the right video or it might not be. Watch it if you feel like compelled. If your intuition says watch it, watch it. But if you want to make sure you get all the videos in this series, join the network. All right, that's all for now. I will see you sooner. I love you muchly.